Hey, welcome to this QnA video where I answer questions that you guys asked upon my request. Let's go. Max X999, Jelani York, Clushy Plaws Official, as well as like half a dozen others, all ask, can you make a Gundam? Well, the thing about Gundam is the master grade models, the 1 to 100 scale master grade models are already perfect. I think those models are amazing, and if you're really into Gundam, I'd buy them. I've bought a couple myself. In fact, the way that the hip joint and the shoulder joints are just like pegs sliding into the body is what actually inspired me to devise the joint system I did with paper. Because I realized through these model kits that it's just a tube rotating inside another tube. But I don't think I'd be making a Gundam because I'd probably just be copying the already existing design. The big motivation for me making my own paper models was because they just didn't have any other models of the characters I wanted. Like there's no model of Katakuri anywhere. There's no Armored Titan anywhere. And there's certainly never gonna be a model of her. So the only way I'd make a Gundam would be if it was my own design. TK, have you ever been approached by companies to do what you do on a larger scale? No. How long does it take to make it? I have no idea. Too long. PaperKid950, how much time do you need to finish your figure? All of it. I need all the time. Hey, it's Tim. Hey, Tim. How much do you think glue have you used since you started? At least 56 liters or so. Hate the great. I can't express how impressed I am with your figures. Well, thank you. Has any toy or model companies approached you? No. I don't think I'd really want to work for a toy company anyway. I'd much rather just, have 1 billion subscribers and make stuff out of paper on YouTube. One-Eyed King. Well, thank you for the compliments again. I don't understand how you do the 1 to 8 scale conversion. What's the process when you scale the drawing to get the right sized model? Okay, so a 1 to 8 scale is just me finding the official height of a character and then dividing that by 8. Like every model I've made so far is in a 1 to 8 scale. Even if I make a little Pokemon, I'm looking at the official height on the Pokemon website and just dividing that by 8. So this little Piplup is how big it would be relative to Thanos over here, which I think is pretty damn cool. And so keeping a consistent scale is like one of the things I am most meticulous about. And especially if I'm going to do a human physique, I'm actually measuring my height, my proportions, the size of my knee, and comparing that to the character I'm making. And it's really cool because then I can see just how much bigger someone like Captain America might be than a regular human. I could talk forever about scale, but divide by 8, that's it. AP Pivot, can I say that you're awesome? Yes, you can. Thank you very much. I've been seeing a few of your comments around AP and I really appreciate it, thank you. Riz Barty, how did you get this idea of making paper models? Well, 3 things. When I was in 1st grade at school, I remember being shown that if you fold 6 squares together, you can form a cube, and if you roll a paper into a cylinder, you get a cylinder, right? That blew my mind, because that was when I immediately recognized how a flat piece of paper can become a 3D shape so simply. And so my mind is just constantly breaking down into very simple basic shapes, starting there and then slowly just curving and rounding shapes until they become something a little more fluid and natural looking. It's the basics. You just start with the basics and you simplify everything, but you just break everything down into an individual component, and when you add it all together, you have something complex. Dragon Master. How often do you have time to make these? Does school or work get in the way? I'm not at school. I was at university 2 years ago in 2015, that's 3 years ago. And I dropped out of university to pursue YouTube as a full-time career, which was crazy reckless when I had 200 subscribers, and that year was just a disaster. No, school doesn't get in the way, and as far as work goes, I just have a part-time job, which is like 12 hours a week. So most of my time is spent here when soccer season's not on, because otherwise I play soccer sometimes. Random Nation, will you ever consider doing some non-humanoid models, like Tailed Beast from Naruto, dragons, etc.? A Tailed Beast from Naruto? No. But the only non-humanoid figures I'd consider making would be Pokemon. Nonsense. Which character are you looking forward to making in the future? I like this one. Which character? Big Mom. She's like one of the ones I'm looking forward to making the most because I love her face. It's so cool. And she'd be massive. She'd be like 38 centimeters tall and like 25 centimeters wide. She'd just be this big balloon of a thing. And then a JoJo character. I don't know if I want to make Josuke, Jotaro, or Giorno. Tusha Swant. I hope I got that right. Hi, bro. Hey, man. How to make clean, rounded shoulders like I made for Kenshiro and Katakuri. Thank you for the compliments, too. Lots of really, really small cuts. Here's the template I have drawn down for Kenshiro's shoulders, and you can see it's a lot of very small cuts. But start with the structure piece to get the subtle curve of the shape. Like you can see here with Thanos, that's exactly what I did with Kenshiro and Katakuri as well. That's it. That's all I can say with words. Kazi Marufa Rahman. I hope I got that one right too. Do your family support you in your hobby? Yes. Yes, they do. Keegan Bettel. How do you know when you finished a model? When it's all put together or when you feel like you've exceeded your target? That's a big question that I ask myself every single day, honestly. I think I answered it best in the Katakuri video. It's simply just me deciding in the beginning, before I start making it, what I want to make with it, and then once I've achieved that, then I stop. Sometimes I'm not always interested in every single aspect of a character, but just one or two that I want to focus on. Not My Real Name asks, do you have a girlfriend? Do you have any other kind of jobs that you do? And which figure is your most favorite? No, I don't have any other kinds of jobs. And which figure is my favorite? Katakuri. Raiju Kaiju Productions. What's the hardest figure you ever made? I like this one too. Hardest figure I ever made was Doomfist. Just balancing everything and getting him to stand up and having the joints be really strong was amazing. But the other reason he's hard was because he's very detailed. He's got a lot of little things that were going on. So that was tough too. And then the third reason Doomfist was really hard is because I was trying to make it exactly like the in-game model of Overwatch. ATK Bros, can you make All Might from My Hero Academia? Of course I can make All Might from My Hero Academia. Will I though? Commander No Life. Hello Papa Page. Papa Page. Have you ever thought of making paper models of Transformers before? If so, which character comes to mind first? Well, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, and Starscream. Yes, I've thought about making paper models of Transformers for like 3 years, but I am terrified of making a Transformer, which is probably why I should do it. SMS 220 Brennan E, was it ever hard to start or keep making them? No, I find it really easy. I have an idea and then I just start, and then I don't do anything else with that idea, and I have just a bunch of pieces laying around that are doing nothing. Recognition 360, what motivated you to start making paper figures? As I touched on before, they didn't have toys of the characters I liked. I grew up with One Piece when I was 10 or 11, and there was no toys of Arlong, Crocodile, Ace, there was nothing of Smoker. Guarantee you, if they had toys of all the characters that I wanted, I would have just bought the toys and never been creative at all. So I'm so glad that there was no toys available, but it was out of necessity to have something that didn't exist that inspired me to start in the first place. Because if it existed, if there were tutorials on the internet of how to do something or how to, you know, I would have just done what someone else was doing and I wouldn't have created anything on my own. Zach Pham, what keeps you committed to finishing a project? Not a lot. Carlo Francentic, can you try to make a model of a character that's not from anime, also not from Marvel or DC, that's in a different art style, like SpongeBob or Looney Tunes? I mean, I'm always going, like 99% of the stuff I make will be from like comic books or animation, just because that's the medium that lends itself best to my art style. The point of my paper models is 3D drawing. I don't want a clay or plastic sculpted thing. I want to be able to go in with the ink and the pencil and the color and draw the eyes of a character like you would in a comic book or a manga. That's the point. It's a 3D drawing, and it's just taking those flat drawings and just folding them back into a 3D shape, just adding another dimension to my drawings. That's the point. But a simple art style, yeah, I don't really like SpongeBob or Looney Tunes, but honestly, I could probably make a model of them in like a day or two, so that'd be fun, I guess. Ditto Artie, are you human or paper model? TBRA Michael 11, have you ever thought to be the world's best paper creator? No, I have not. I've only ever thought of to be the best paper creator that I could be. Sounds like a cliche, but it's true. Ritik Sumrare. Oh man, I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. Hey Paperpatriot, make a female action figure like Wonder Woman or Black Widow. Yeah, God, I haven't made a female yet. That's pretty ridiculous. I'm currently drawing 10 different female characters. The one I'm most excited about is Big Mom, but also interested in Toru from Dragon's Maid. The chick's literally a dragon with a dragon tail and horns and magic, and she's really cool. AP Pivot again. How did Chibi Boris end? I finished him, actually. This is what he looked like. It's just that the point of making a chibi model was to focus on the details of the face and then just sort of make the body quickly and simply, but I ended up overcomplicating everything and like sculpting a lot of the parts of him and then it took like 3 weeks to finish him, so I may as well have just made like a proper proportioned Boros to begin with. And also I wasn't happy with the video, like I didn't have any ideas of how to, and I was just I was so disappointed with how much I had procrastinated and how much extra effort went into the process of making him that by the time he was done, I was just like, I'm moving on to the next thing. Dawdling Boat 39. Are you going to make any more Marvel characters? Because I'd love to see more. Yes. Yes, of course I will. I like Marvel. Art VSE. Will you fix some of your old action figures? No. Everything about those action figures is outdated and just so below the standard I have for myself nowadays that I just couldn't enjoy working on them. Ken Bedford, are you thinking about making a website? Yeah, I'd have a website where I sell templates of the paper models that I make. And yeah. HC Games Pokey Paper Toy. Where do you always buy the material for your paper models? Well, I hope I made your day. But you can buy it all online. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just do the best you can with what you have. That was the point of this video. Freaking Toy Review. Who is your top 3 favorite One Piece character? Charlotte Katakuri, Don Quixote, Doflamingo, Crocodile. Massimo Parisiensi? Hopefully that was right. Can you make Naruto, please? Yeah, I can. I think I will. Bijou mode is like my favorite transformation in fiction. I love the look of Bijou mode so much and the powers it grants him. It's the coolest. The Blue Nico, or is it Neko? Do you do this every day? Yes, I do. I actually have this obsession with making something every day, and I didn't realize it until I couldn't do it. So, yeah, you have to be crazy to be me. So don't be me. Be you. Probably just as crazy, let's be honest. Mod Rafi Akram. What is your age, name, country? 23, Daniel, Australia. Raiding Cow, what are you going to be for Halloween if people even celebrate it in Australia? Yeah, like some people celebrate it, but it's not like a national-wide phenomenon like it is in America, I don't think. If I did, I'd probably go as like Pumpkin Reaper from Overwatch. That dude's cool. Night Brawler 123, how many hours do you spend your time practicing many paper do you think have... What? Oh, okay. I don't know, I don't really track how much materials I use or how much time I spend on something. Like the only thing I track is how long it's been between each video I've uploaded. That's the only thing that's sort of important. Youngster Boy 1701. If you could, would you be able to sell your model templates? Yes. The thing about the templates is I don't trace every single part that I make. I only trace a few key parts of the templates if I want to sort of look at that design again in the future. So I'm creating templates right now in a way that only makes sense to me and would just be confusing to anybody else, I imagine. Rishab Bes Borau. How do you balance your life with model making? I find it hard myself to get time thanks to school. I'm really strict on scheduling my time. Like I have a schedule listing every single hour I have in a week and where I want each of those hours to be going. I don't stick to it, but at least that way I'm able to visually see how much time I have each week to spend on something. You have to be extremely disciplined and you have to build up a self-trust in knowing that you can do what you tell yourself you're going to do. And that takes time. Eta SG, can you do some Fortnite action figures? Sorry, I don't play Fortnite, so I don't care about it. It looks cool though. I like the dance emotes, they're fun. Tindo, will you finish any of your old figures or just start over? Yeah, definitely just start over. Like I said, they're too outdated and I have nothing but problems with them now. Jolly Chow, can you please make a paper model of yourself? No, that would just be so plain and boring. I want something a bit more exciting than me. MBS videos, I would love to start, oh dude. I saw this comment and this kind of upset me. You don't think you can start without Copic markers because they're the biggest things of my models. Like I said, you are dead wrong and you can absolutely start without them. I did. I used to use these crappy little connector pens, which were like the markers they just had at my school, and the coloring was awful. Like, look at these pictures I have here of when the coloring was really streaky and it just wasn't really good, but at the time it was the best I could do and I liked it. So you just got to start somewhere and start with what you have and your skills will develop. And then eventually if you want to invest in Copic markers or something else, maybe you'll be good at painting or something, or maybe do digital coloring. I'm sure digital coloring is probably a better option. Yes, so look, you can just start with what you have now and just do something, or just do it in black and white. I think making stuff in black and white would be really cool. Ariel Granzo. God, this is a big one. So I was wondering, what are the basic costs for the materials you need to start out with making these papers? 20 bucks, I reckon you could buy everything you need. It's only Copic markers that are expensive, but you could like literally just have 10, which is probably still $70 to $100. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think about the cost. Master Chief or Ryu. I don't know who that Ryu is, but Master Chief, nah, I don't really like his look that much. Thank you for that comment. That was nice to read. All right. That's a good note to end it on. This has been my QnA video. It's a Q&A video, obviously. I'm trying to be funny. Hopefully it worked. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And all the support, all the comments, 120 plus comments in that post that I made. Thank you so much. Like, I love these. I feel a little bit closer to you guys now, so I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Take care of yourself.